So with that being said, let's begin branding with the Prince William Chamber. So we want to start with what is a sponsorship? So a sponsorship, as we are a 501c6 nonprofit, it means that there are items that are tax deductible, but not everything as much as a 501c3. 501c3 is a little bit different. So you definitely want to talk with your tax preparer, but a sponsorship says you're doing a branding and marketing opportunity with the chamber to get the most out of your membership and to make sure that you're going beyond the reach of your traditional benefits of membership. So cost benefit sheets are what we send out. This is what you're going to receive, and this is what we're going to offer. The other thing that you can take a look at is trade agreements. They do highlight what you offer to partner with the chamber. Some of our trade agreements are with Inside Nova. We have a trade agreement with Prince William Living. And we also work with things like Colgan Water, our copier systems. As we start to look into 2021 and beyond, technology is going to be something that we take a look at. So if you have an innovative way to do a trade agreement with the chamber regarding technology, definitely reach out to us, because that would be something that we'd be interested in collaborating with and becoming partners for. So a cost benefit sheet looks like this. It says what the sponsorship is, how much it is, if there's a specific number of tables or spots available, and then everything that's included. Now, more often than not in live situations, our things include reserved seats for an event and social media posts. I love to tell you, social media posts are only done by annual partnerships and people who are event sponsors who get these items here. So your paid shares, your event follow through, if you want to boost your signal, that is one way that you're able to do that. And it is the only way, other than annual partnerships, for you to have an ad with us through Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and any other social media sites. So keep that in mind. Recognition from podium and podium speaking time is what we're doing more of as we've transitioned into Zoom and doing digital services. But some of our events, like government contracting, do still have seats. Business awards, we also do sell seats. So that is an opportunity where you reserve seats and you're part of your benefits for sponsorship. And of course, logo included on pre and post event publicity, including our registration page. What that means is when you look at our website, that's probably the best and most common used version of branding with us. So if I go to my top here, you're going to be able to see our page. This is where your branding goes when you're doing events. And these go up. This is January 15th, but we have events as far out as March. So if you're participating and you're a sponsor, this is where you're most likely to get the longest stretch of use. Our page actually generates 14,000 hits to our homepage last year. So this is a commodity. It is something that you're able to monetize and get a benefit of membership for and get a benefit out of your sponsorship. So going back to our main page, that's something to take a look at. So that is what it looks like. Now, I do have things as high as $3,000 when we're talking about things like business awards, but traditionally our sponsorships range between $1,000 and as low as $100. So if you're looking at mega networking, which we have transitioned into an online space, those breakout rooms, and when we were doing them through Zems events, those specific branched out rooms were as little as $100. So you can get the best out of your money by utilizing some of our virtual events. I will say too, the benefit of virtual events now, like our Home Expo and Mega being online, is you get a copy of the chat. You also get a copy of the participants, which is their email addresses that have been provided to us. The only way we give out email addresses is through this virtual space. So that's something to keep in mind when you're looking at how to best utilize your marketing and branding funds. If your goal is to receive emails that you can then add to distribution list or that you can do direct contact with, that is the most optimal way to do it at this time because we are in a virtual space. So virtual business cards for registrants is gold at this point. And there is no other way to do it. If you purchase a mailing list through the Chamber of Commerce, that is a mailing list to business addresses that they provided. It is not personal emails. So that's something to keep in mind. Pre-assigned breakout rooms, especially now with the update to Zoom, where people can go in and out of rooms as they please. That's a great opportunity. Normally we have things where you can do an opening introduction, which we'll get into as benefit of membership. I like to talk about, I'm going to go over sponsorships, but I definitely want to bring in things that you can do to market and brand yourself within the chamber that is included in membership. So there's a little bit of a two-tiered discussion that's going to happen at this point. But as we close out, I want to talk about things that I want to make sure you're doing to self-promote that are a benefit of membership and no additional cost. So be on the lookout. We're going to talk about that as well. And then also too, going to the exhibit table while it's on, we're talking about Mega. If you're a new member, keep in mind that Mega, you do get a free table. You just need to alert us when you want to use it. And that is going to be in April. So I'm going to take a quick break and we're going to talk about another form of marketing and branding that I think is underused, and that is our councils and committees. We run a consecutive amount of events. Even during COVID, we were still doing 20 plus events. If you look at our calendar now, we're in 20 events for January. So we stay busy. Part of that is our wonderful councils and committees. They have monthly meetings with varied participants. And some of that is subject matter based, and some of it is just people that are committed to being part of that group based on the type of group it is, be it veteran, women's, government contracting. So it's an ideal place for you if you have a niche market that you want to make sure you reach out to. So I'm going to have Suzanne Lewis hop on, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about the opportunities with councils and committees. Hi, Suzanne.
Hi. Hello, everybody. How are you? Happy New Year. Yes, I'm Suzanne Lewis, and I'm the Director of Community Outreach for the Prince William Chamber of Commerce. We actually have 11 different councils here at the Chamber, and they're all part of your benefits of Chamber membership. So if you're not familiar with all of them, we actually have a flyer. I don't know if you'll be able to see it here. I'll just pull it up here in front of my camera that we could send out to you that provides just a snippet in terms of an idea of what each of them do and their initiatives. We also have very detailed information on each of them. So again, please just reach out to me for those. In terms of the councils, as Nicole described, we have monthly meetings and we bring in topics and speakers at those monthly meetings. And we have, as a member of the council, you have a say in what you want to hear about. What is of particular interest to that industry? You know, for example, the not-for-profit industry has very different interests and concerns versus government contracting. Or we also have a new technology and security council. Now, in terms of, since this is part about sponsorship, one of the best deals I think we have here at the Chamber is the year-round Business Council sponsorship. And it's $1,750. And it's, as it says, it's year-round. And you get your logo on the council webpage. It's on all the emails that I know you get from me. I send out at least 2 per month for every single meeting. It's also on the events calendar. You get your logo on that. So if you're really kind of interested in that type of branding, this is really something you should consider. You also get an opportunity to speak at a couple of meetings of your choice. You can be a part of the planning committee, strategic planning committee, for coming up with ideas for topics and speakers for the coming year. You can even introduce some of our guest speakers. So there's a lot to it for that amount of money. And our fiscal year begins July 1. And so it's usually around the month of June that I really lock them all in. But if any of you are interested and want to know more, please contact me now, because they do sell out fairly quickly. And other, since this is, again, you know, kind of some of the sponsorship opportunities, one that's coming up, Nicole mentioned government contracting. I think a lot of people don't really understand the depth of government contracting. The government, whether it's local, state, or federal, literally buys everything. So no matter your industry, you should be looking into this as potential opportunities for business growth. We have single business owners that have won contracts with Lockheed Martin by attending some of these events. Next one coming up is our matchmaker. It's on January the 15th from 8:30 until 1. And what the matchmakers are about, to be federally compliant, 23% of contracts from these large companies have to come from small business. So this is the opportunity that they want to be able to meet with business owners. So we have, Northrop Grumman and Deloitte and, Lockheed Martin, of course, and Nobis and Zyders and a whole variety, plus our local procurement offices are going to be coming in. We probably have about 18 or so that are going to be coming in to meet with small businesses, and you meet one-on-one and through Zoom that Nicole's been great to put together. You have your private meetings for 10-minute opportunities for you to talk about your capabilities to these companies. So it's a great way to get out there. Plus you can network with others while you're waiting in the waiting room before your appointments. So if you're interested in this, absolutely, please go online and register or contact me directly, and I'd be happy to elaborate on it. And you also have an opportunity to sponsor through our individual breakfasts. So government contracting, we have 6 breakfasts that cover government contracting issues, in addition to the 2 matchmakers. Another big one coming up certainly is another area is our Education and Workforce Committee. They put together an Education Workforce Summit every year. And this year it's going to be on June the 2nd. We have quite a variety of sponsorships available to that as well, if you want to tap into all those who are interested in the importance of education and workforce development in our region. So that's just a sampling of some of the opportunities and branding opportunities within the committees and councils. Again, please reach out to me. I can be here for the next hour telling you about all the committees and councils. But again, if there are any of specific interests, that's what we're here for. Does that kind of help cover most of what you're thinking about, Nicole?
That was perfect. Thank you so much. And I will say, if we, when we do contracting and breakfasts and things like that, what's wonderful is you get a table right at the front door. So as people are coming into the conference room, that's a good opportunity to engage and network. And we've replicated that in the online platform, but definitely government contracting sessions are a unique thing that bring out a group of participants that we don't necessarily see at things like business after hours. It's just a different tier of people that come in and get involved with that one. So depending on where you want to go, a fantastic resource. So thank you so much, Suzanne, for coming in and chatting about that. I'm so excited. That has, I learned so much in government contracting just from turning on the Zoom. I have a tendency to learn a lot. So going back to what we're talking about for sponsorship, going into traction, our company is one of the few chambers that's still going strong. I have mentioned that we worked before. We were continuously moving during COVID. In March, first starting out with information, grant services, making sure that all of our businesses were connected together, and then transitioning into emotional support. Things like, we are all still trying to figure this out together, brainstorming ideas. Again, councils and committees really became a networking of what do you need? What do I have? How do we help each other get through this? So we were continuously working, and we are transitioning that into the rest of the year as we start to get into, I don't know, we're in phase 30 of COVID, I guess at this point. It's a never ending stream, it feels like, but we are positive and we keep moving. I will say all of our events right now are in a virtual space until at least June. June, we are hoping to do a summer mega with live tables, fingers crossed. We are hoping to do our annual meeting, which again, fingers crossed that we get to do that one live and in person as well. But we also wanted to be prepared. And so we've started to build our network, build our system under the impression that we're utilizing Zoom and keeping people engaged and keeping that networking going past the traditional Zoom fatigue that we're all kind of feeling. So that being said, we do still have things running. And also too, if you're not a member, I'm going to actually bounce back for one moment. If we have any new members in the group, I do have Heather Steitzel here. Heather, did you want to hop on and say hello?
Yes. Hi, it's Heather Steitzel. Can you hear me?
We sure can. Hi.
Hi, I'm from the Prince William Chamber. I'm the membership manager here. I know a lot of you in the audience. I've brought a lot of you in, but if you're not a member and you'd like to learn more, We've got some great events coming up that I'd love to share with you. Maybe give you an opportunity to see us in action sometime. So my information is in the chat. So please feel free to reach out to me, let me know. And I'll also probably be reaching out to you as well. So anyway, thanks so much, and look forward to working with you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Heather. Heather's been such a great resource, and again, just keeping everybody active, and I feel like her goal and membership at this point is making sure that people are connected and feel like they're part of a business community. So we're super excited to have her, and a great resource. So now we're going to talk about different ways that you can brand and market yourself within the chamber to our audience. We, through Constant Contact, have 7,000 plus subscribers. We represent over 1,200 businesses. We bounce back and forth between Loudoun in being number 1 and number 2 in regards to our chamber participation and membership. So we have a market that you can reach out to. Ways to do that, and some of what you've seen in our previous 3 months in regards to online promotion, we have started doing direct email blasts, and that is our member message. So it is a dedicated email of your message. It's $200 per email, and they are sent on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings only, which we have generated is our highest click rate, the least amount of bounce back. So it's a great opportunity for you guys. And again, keeping these things, like I said, event sponsorships go up between $3,000 to $100 if you're doing a table. Our email marketing and promotions are lower cost because we want to help get the message out. We've looked at other chambers in our area, and we're looking at half the price that they are, honestly, because one, we are exploring new markets. We're putting out things that maybe we haven't done in the past because our region is so spread out that direct contact has seemed to be the winning course for us. But we're also resilient and want to make sure that we're reaching all brands when we're cutting down the actual live interaction. So member message has been the new thing that came out, $200 per email, and that is sent on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Our what's happening at the top, you've seen our what's happening. That is our weekly calendar and our monthly event calendar. That ad directly at the top is something that is available as well. I love to tell people that one is a low cost because it can rotate. So if you're a business that does something that has weekly specials, or you have a specific webinar that you really want to get out, or you guys have started transitioning into something new, that is a great opportunity for that shot in the arm, getting that message out to a broad audience, but something that may not necessarily be in circulation all the time. So that's a great resource for that. And then the monthly event, if you do have something that you want to highlight. I really love, did some stuff in October because they were focusing on the ADA Compliance and Disabilities Act 25th anniversary. So October, that was really their time to shine. They picked a specific thing, made that their monthly highlight, and then they were able to push that out into digital marketing. And then event emails for sponsorship. In case you missed it, messaging only goes out if you're an event sponsor. So that is another benefit of being an event sponsor, is that the in case you missed it messaging, which is our direct links that say thank you to our sponsors, but it includes link attachments for people to come to your site directly. So that brings them back to the website of your choice. And it was great. Michael Houston, actually from Houston Consulting Group, they specifically wanted Facebook traffic. So their messaging didn't go to their website. It specifically went to their Facebook page because that was where they were being most active. So when you clicked on that link, it took them directly to the site that they wanted the traction to go to. So they were able to boost their numbers from that. Print advertisement. I feel like nowadays I'm looking at the ads that the people send me in the mail more often because I'm home and I can do it. Or when I go to the office, I've got the stack and I keep looking at them. So calendar insert is the paper that goes in with our calendar mailer. So as you guys know, your business receives a bi-monthly calendar from us. The insert on the inside is that calendar insert opportunity. Either you can print the flyer or we print the flyer. This is a great outreach if you want someone to physically have something in their hand. So if you're in HR, if you want to reach an HR office, if you want to reach the owner directly, the mail is coming to them and it goes to their desk. If you want to be on their desk in a physical capacity, you feel like maybe emails aren't necessarily the best bet for you, this is that way to do that. A good example is Popcorn Bag. Really wanted to target larger businesses. They wanted to go for corporate things where someone is going to send out corporate packaging, thank you gifts, employee benefits, sort of bonus things. And so he directly did an insert for Popcorn saying, I make gift baskets, I make small packaging that can go to businesses. And he's doing extremely well from that campaign because it was he skipped past the emails and went directly to hand contact, and that for him worked out really, really well. So calendar insert, if your market is looking into just kind of getting in the front door, that is a good way to look at that. The small and large advert that is also on that flyer is currently sold out, but that is in the same price range, but that is a direct print onto the calendar mail. So that's a good idea as well. So our calendar year, as Suzanne mentioned, is in July. So make sure you come back to us for that if you're interested, to make sure that you're added to those advertisements. I do want to add the ideal and appeal. So we're sold out for the small and large advert. So some capacity, you think, well, let's just add more ads to it. We can totally add more ads. We've decided not to do that. And scaling down, we make those items shine. And we want to make sure that if we're utilizing your branding dollars, that we're not flooding the market. That would be like a newspaper ad, and that's a different type of marketing. So we don't necessarily want to do that. So it is currently sold out, and hopefully we'll get that up and running. And if you're interested in that, and that's the type of marketing that you're looking for, let us know and we can always add you to the list. And then event-based direct mailing. This is something that we've transitioned into given COVID, because we do acknowledge that we're mailing things. So a good example, and we're going to tap into this with business awards, is for business awards, we're sending out a promotional box. So we're sending a box of goodies to the people who buy tickets for business awards, because normally business awards is in a, it's in the Hilton Center. We have beautiful plated dinner. We have, drinks, and everyone's engaging. We're transitioning that experience, and it starts with this box that is going to go to our participants directly. So there are ways to put things in that. And then after the event, we do actually have that sponsorship still available. We're going to mail out the Inside Nova special edition print that has all of our business award nominees, winners, and our visionary sponsors, or visionary award winners. All of that is going to be in one flyer that is mailed, again, direct mailing, hand-to-hand contact. So that's going to be something that we look into, and that sponsorship is available. And then going to Valor Awards, this was one that didn't get used enough last year. And I think it's one of those, it's a great price point. It's a commemorative booklet for Valor Awards. So it goes to our first responders. They hold on to it for the year. It has beautiful cover design. It has all of the stories of the business award, of all of the police, fire, and rescue award winners. The participation for that is huge. Our replay from Valor Awards when we did it digital last year is 5K. It's still generating views. So that was, I feel, a missed opportunity, because you can do a one-liner of support. You can do a small ad. Those are all reasonably priced. So that is definitely something that I think this year, especially again, because we're not doing the live event, those booklets are going directly to the police, fire, and rescue stations. So that is a direct contact. That's a direct connection. And they do save those as souvenirs. So your ad has longevity in that it's with them. It's on the desk. Even in our office, we have a little panel of Valor Award booklets, because they carry on. They're one of those things where if you put an ad in it, it's a continuous line of support. So I definitely recommend that. Last year, I feel like it just wasn't explained. And that was kind of the benefit of this event, is we're able to really talk directly about what that benefit is. So moving on, I'm going to talk a little bit about Business Spotlight. So Business Spotlight is our transition from business after hours, because we do still feel the importance of networking and connecting and Sure, we're all together right now, but we're all together with black screens and our little logo photos. This is, we turn on our mics, we turn on our videos, we chat and network in the same capacity that we used to with Business After Hours and Business Before Hours. So Business Spotlight was created. It's still the same price as Business After Hours. We've just transitioned into a virtual space. So we do a Zoom call. You still get a promotional time to talk about your business, talk about any kind of subject matter base. I'm going to go back to DidLake because in October they also did a business spotlight, but they talked about inclusion and how to be ADA compliant and ways that you can engage and be part of the community for disability services as a business. So it was a little bit of a networking session because we talked about how we can all connect, and we kind of had that moment where we all worked together. But it was their opportunity to highlight not only their business, but a subject matter based in their business. So it was a good bulk kind of envelope in regards to what's available. And I'm really excited. Uptown Alley is actually going to be one of our business spotlights. So we're going to talk about all the great things that Uptown Alley has. And that's a portion of the event. But then we actually open up breakout rooms. Everyone can get in. Just like if you were going to walk around to little piles of groups and say, hey, what's up? What are you guys doing? Same thing, only in a virtual space. And the wonderful thing about that one is we won't have so much of a moderator like what we have right now, because the breakout rooms will just rotate. So you're going to kind of filter in and see different people. So it's a little bit of our Business After Hours with a splash of speed networking, because you're going to be able to rotate into different groups and potentially meet new people. So that's an exciting thing that's coming up. And if you're interested in that, let us know, because that one's good too. I love this one because you don't have to do, if you don't have parking, if your area doesn't have a lot of space, if you maybe have multiple locations and you don't quite know which one to highlight, this is a good opportunity to enclose all of that stuff, because you don't provide food like a normal Business After Hours. You don't provide drinks. You don't have to worry about parking. You don't have to worry about what your space is. So if you're a home business, this is a really good opportunity to highlight your home business and what you have available to a virtual space and still get that kind of networking sensation that we really love. So definitely keep that one in mind as well. Website advertising is coming. We are doing a small banner ad over our membership directory, a small ad over the chamber calendar, our event calendar, promo video, and the event sidebar. So if you go to our page now, JTC has for a number of years been one of our sponsors, because they are our partner in our web pages and our website and our email. So they have had an ad on the side. When we were brainstorming ideas, someone asked us, they were like, how do I get my ad there? And I was like, oh, we should probably look into that. So small banner ad, promo video, and sidebar are all opportunities that are coming. We're looking at them being a monthly rotation, similar to what we have for the print ad. So if your marketing and branding really does corner more into getting website traffic and you want to have those clicks, this is going to be the best way to do that. So if you are interested in that, let me know. We're still hammering out the details, but I definitely will come to you guys first for first right of refusal, because you're saying, hey, I'm really interested in that. So shoot me an email and I can get you on board for that one. So going back to our events, our event coming up, we have, our calendar is so full. You can go to our website and look at our calendar of events. You can also go to our homepage. We have sliders that come up. Just spend a few minutes watching the sliders. Anything that feels good to you, you can click on it, and that's going to show you how to register. It also does include our partnership with SBDC. So there's some really good stuff in there about marketing. Marketing 101, they have a government contracting 101. They have how to make a pitch deck, which is really important, I think, in a virtual space, because if you're doing digital meetings, it kind of helps keep the flow of conversation. So look on the site. We have tons of activities that are coming up, but us as a chamber have signature events. They're events that we've done year after year after year, and they are really the cornerstone of what we do and our community outreach and how we make sure that we're taking care of our business communities. So business awards being the first and coming up the soonest. That is February 25th. We have awards that you can sponsor. The nice thing about being an award sponsor this time, and I have 3 spots left, it is $1,250, but you get to present the award. So you actually get to come to our recording facility. You're going to be on camera. You're going to do the brief about the event, and then you also get to present the award. So you will know who the winner is. We do have NDAs that you have to sign, but you'll know who the winner is prior to the event. We do have some pre-event things that you can do as well, including toasts and ceremonies. But I do think that award, particularly in the virtual space, is going to give the best return on investment because it's a replay factor. Like I said, Valor Awards with 5,000 plus in views. Our education summit is in the thousands as well. So those commercial spots that they did, that direct contact had a longer reach. And especially because for this one, award winners and presenters, you can do a replay on it. You can actually hold on to that video and say on your Facebook page, we were proud sponsors of Innovation and Technology Award. Congratulations to whoever the winner was. And then that has your replay. You're also creating an SEO link because you're putting us and you together, as well as that business that you're representing and the nominees and the honorable mentions. So all of those give you that breadth of technology that we didn't necessarily have when you're standing at the podium with an audience of 250. So Business Awards at this point has been keyed up, but we kept the prices the same as what we did in a live space. But the return on investment, when we look at the virtual aspect of it, has increased. So that's definitely something. And then Valor Awards, same thing. We're in the process of first right to refusal right now. So I will know more about what's available in regards to that one. But I definitely know the sponsorships that are available is the commemorative booklet. So you can get that full back page, or you can get a full ad on the back page. You can get the insert in the front page. That has a lot of return. That one also has an award presentation. So you can, if you do the speaker sponsor, who this year is Jumia Banji again, she was really lovely. You get to introduce her. So there are lots of ways that you can kind of keep your name on the top profile with Valor Awards, if that's where you choose that you want your branding, especially with first responders. When we talk about our fire and rescue teams, that's something that's definitely come to light for us as a real challenge, but also a real opportunity to highlight leaders who are leading the way and doing things in a real honorable fashion. So we're excited about that one. So Valor Awards, community outreach is your focus. That is a good one if your business really wants to highlight that. And it can go as low as the ad pricing up to the actual host sponsor and commemorative booklet sponsoring. Frostbite Scramble is our live event that is not in June. I did forget until right now. This is why I write things down. So Frostbite golf did not stop. We actually did do a Frostbite Scramble in April with a great output. We had fun. Everyone was socially distanced because you're outside. We had masks. Everyone had really fun promo items because they were all single-handled. The Stonewall Golf Course actually gave great service to us. They had enough of the golf carts so that everyone was spaced apart. Sanitation practices were in place. So they were so lovely. We're excited to work with them again. So if you're interested in a live event, if you do better live, if you are a business where you need a table and you want to do direct face-to-face contact through, layers of masks, that is going to be the event for you. Those price ranges are the same. I mean, you can do something as simple as $1,000, or you can do a tea sponsor for $100. And then if you want to add that table aspect, $200. You get your tea and you get a table, and you're on the green, 9 holes. It's 3 clubs and a putter, I believe. Super easy, but it's light and it's fun. And that was kind of the best thing about doing that in April, was we all kind of needed this little breath of fresh air. Literally, because we were out in the fresh air. So that was one that worked out really well. We are doing that again. in March, and that's a March 25th event. So there are plenty of spots available where you can participate and really be active and get some face-to-face time, which is always nice. Also, too, going back to signature events, it was mentioned briefly by Suzanne, but the Education and Workforce Summit, I left it off here because it definitely was a Suzanne with councils and committees, but that event has sponsorship opportunities as well if you're looking at education focused. That event is wonderful because we do give out $2,500 scholarships to students, and it doesn't have to go to a college, which is my favorite part. It doesn't have to go to a college. If they're going to a trade school, if they really love, my son is jazzed every time we see a construction site. I feel like that might be his future. That's something for trade. We have Mr. Handyman. We have a couple of people that are in the service industry, and they say, we need people. So this is a great opportunity for them to receive some money, to get some training so that they can move on to doing apprenticeships if college just isn't their jam. And for some kids, it's not. So that's a fantastic program. We have the parents on board. We have the superintendents last year. And that one I mentioned before, that had a great replay as well, because we transitioned into that virtual space. The commercials got replay, the parents and kids, shared the pages, and they were so excited to be part of it that had a shelf life past being in the Hilton Center, standing on the podium and presenting the award. So that's something that we definitely have on board. And I definitely encourage you to take part in that as well. And
Nicole, if I could just chime in 1 second.
Yeah.
That is another part of their membership benefits. If they have a son or daughter who's a rising senior, the applications for the scholarship will be online as of January the 15th. So I just wanted to throw that in. So, hey, it's exclusive to chamber members who are who have dependents, a son or daughter who are graduate or rising seniors. So
yes,
take advantage of it. Real money.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
yes,
Nicole.
Yes. And that one's good too, because that's a good way to include your staff. If you've got a staff, your entire staff are members of the chamber, so they are eligible as well. So that one has a really good reach, and it is a benefit of membership, as Suzanne said. So make sure we're taking advantage of that. All right. So then moving on, our competitive advantages. I've said it. It's now in writing to make sure I don't forget anything. We have fresh eyes. The email and website blasts are something that haven't been done before. So there is no ad nauseum. There's no wash yet because we haven't done it before. You're on a new frontier. So you can take part of that with us because it is fresh eyes. It's a new avenue. And even for print media, which is something that we've done, it's a fresh take because people are home now. There's more of a direct contact that we haven't had in the past. And people, when we talk about competing Zoom fatigue, it's because people are stepping away from their computers. So when they're stepping away from their computers, they have more time to do other things, like look at their commemorative booklets, like see what's in their advertisements. So those are things that have windows of opportunity. And we do service 1,200 plus businesses. We have got a lot of people, and it's such a diverse group. That's the best part about this. We have home businesses that do things like the essential oils and Mary Kay, all the way up to our Amazons and our Microns and our Bay Systems and our, Colonial Downs, as a recent member, IKEA, OmniRide. So we've got just such a large breadth that there's a spot based on what your target audience is. And that's kind of the best part. It's one of my favorite things about being part of the chamber. So I do think that that's something that is a great opportunity for you to tap into. And then our price approximation we have, because we know we haven't pressed so hard in marketing in the past that we're moving into it now. This is where you're at an advantage because it's not the Fairfax, Loudoun, Hampton Roads, even Holland, Michigan. We've been looking around and checking prices. None of those prices are half of what we have, and we have a wider reach. But we want to make sure that we're being kind to our businesses, but we're also utilizing our resources. All right. So as promised, I want to talk about benefits of membership that you can take advantage of. One is that scholarship. 2 is being what I love to call in the room where it happens. Thank you so much, Lin-Manuel Miranda, for coining this phrase. In the room where it happens is so important. You're here now. You can add, I see some of us have People Inc. I have myself with my name on us. You add your business name into your line item. Kate, we know Kate's with Tire and Auto Service because she put it on the line. So as a benefit of membership, show up to events when you can. Make sure you're including your name on that tagline. Make sure if you do a stop video that you add your logo as the photo or your personal photo. I like this People Inc. photo is lovely. So those are ways that you can add yourself into the conversation without even saying anything. So benefit of membership, show up to things when you can. Make sure you're adding your tagline. If we don't have a large room, and especially in councils and committees, there's an opportunity to just introduce yourself. I'm so-and-so with something. I'm looking for blank. Thanks so much. And then the dialogue happens in the side chat. So let's say you need GNC Tire and Auto. You can send them a private message. We open our chat to where you can do private messages. So you can send and start that dialogue while other things are happening. And then of course, as I said, when we start to do our business spotlight, that's when we're going to start utilizing our breakout rooms. That's when you can actually go in and have direct dialogue with people. So make sure you're doing that. Please, please, please. So attending events, being in the room, checking out councils and committees. Business awards, attend business awards. It shows that you're supporting your businesses. So even if you weren't nominated, even if you just want to get a dress up, I actually put on a dress shirt today. I'm so excited with myself because we were talking professional. So I would say this is the opportunity to get dressed up, to be in the room, to really make your mark, even as a participant saying, I bought a ticket because I'm supporting our business community. That's a really great way to do it. And that's a benefit of membership. Coupons. So if you're on here and you have a service that you can offer, particularly for the business awards, if you're a food vendor, we have, and I'm going to go out of this screen. That's my contact because I'm going to change out of this screen now. But I also put it in the chat. So if you hit the ... you can do a save chat, and then you'll have all our contact information here. So if you put your contact information in here, or if someone posted a link to something that you want to make sure you get a hold of, Erica, I love that. You added your LinkedIn profile. That's a smart way to do that. So including your information, go ahead and save that chat. And that way we're all connected, and you'll have my contact information as well. So we're going to pop out of here and go to our website. So as I mentioned, this is our homepage. Now on our homepage, we're not putting ads. We're specifically not putting ads on our homepage. That is a benefit of annual partners. That is a benefit of sponsorship. However, you are able to add yourself onto the homepage by utilizing our business news. So all of this information you see here was provided by, good, I'm making sure I'm still screen sharing, was provided by our members. This is a benefit of membership. You've got good stuff happening. Let people know about it here. So it goes here. It's also on the side profile for a lot of our pages. So your information has legs. And again, you're going to create that SEO link. You're going to make things out into the Googleverse for analytics to pick your business up and pick your business up as a member of the chamber. So definitely make sure you've got good stuff happening. Add it here. It is a benefit of membership. It's no additional cost, but as you see, your logo's on the page. So make sure you're utilizing this. If you haven't done it or you need to know how, we do explain it all in our chamber checkup. So chamber orientation is an overview of all of our events and services, but chamber checkup is when we get into how you're branding and how you're marketing. And one of the things that I tell people is make sure you're posting your news. If you have, now this one I say is a focus on like best places to work, winning awards, having new staff members, opening new locations. This is not necessarily where you're going to put any coupons, discounts, or deals because they cycle through so quickly. That wouldn't be the recommendation. This is when you highlight something. If you were going to put it in a press release, you're going to want to put it over here. but don't put it in an actual press release because Google Analytics has figured out the format for press releases and they bury that stuff down. So you want to write something that's different, like a news article, and that's what you post here. And having photos also helps. That just boosts the signal when you're talking about SEOs. So it makes for a better read versus just standard information. So a good example, Hampton Inn, they're working with they've partnered with Didlake. And so they have photos of Trey hanging out. They actually went directly from their YouTube page. So that also helps to show that they have another connection. And then you'll see it again in recent news, which is what we have right here. Benefit of membership. Make sure you're doing it. So another benefit of membership is we can talk about, we're going to do a new coupon page. So if you have discounts or deals that you want to offer to chamber members, you're going to be able to put that here. Business awards, deals, and discounts. This is under business awards. So you're going to click on it. And this is where you can put your business ad. It says business awards because we're right now targeting our food and marketing, our food and beverage people. But there is an option at the bottom that says, is this a special one-time offer or is this a deal that's year round? So go ahead and click on, this is going to be a year-round deal. And then under membership, we're going to add a new tab that says benefit. Oh, it's already here, benefits and savings. We're going to add coupons to this. So you're going to be able to create an ad direct for members. You can do a member discount, and that's where you're going to feature that. So make sure you're using those two things as benefit of membership, as well as coming to events and being active. So we have twofold. We have things that you can do where you want to invest in branding dollars, and then we have ideas if you want to do something direct. I also want to add, I have a couple of people who have done this as well. If you already have in your marketing and branding budget giveaways or gift cards, that's a great opportunity to insert yourself as well. So when we do business spotlights, when we do panel discussions like this, when we do chamber orientation, we can then say, and thanks to our friends at blah, 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 we're giving away 4 $10 gift cards. You can get those now, and we'll do a spinning wheel with everyone's names of everyone who participated. Congratulations. Thank you so much. And then in case you missed it, that includes, thank you so much to this business for these 4 gift cards. So that's a way where you're not necessarily putting out new branding dollars, you're just reinventing the ones that you have. So that's definitely something to take a look at as well. We've had a couple of businesses, Glory Days is a great example of that. They have annually, they give us an amount of gift cards, and then we give them out at events, or we present them at events, so that they're little raffle prizes, they're little drops, but it's a good way to just kind of insert your name without necessarily tagging into a full investment, or if you have to go up a chain of approval, or if you've reached your annual budget for any sort of ads and marketing. So that is that. I'm going to go ahead and stop our recording. Thank you so much for joining us.